Hi everybody, welcome to another update on the stock screener. I got a request to look at Birchcliff Energy. Last time I said that Birchcliff was overvalued and would crash, and apparently it has almost crashed 50% from here. Let's see if it got any better. So we know that Birchcliff is a natural gas producer. They announced some guidance that's going to be important. But first, let's update the balance sheet. I didn't update this yet because I wasn't interested in Birchcliff at all. So let's see what happened. June, 2.3 equity went down. So that's already bad. It's loss making. How are they going to even pay the dividend? This will need to be cut because they are loss making. So here we can update the enterprise value now. Okay, let's keep this constant now because we're in 2024 and this is going to be updated. Current assets 105 Canadian. Liabilities 897. Just keep it simple. So it did go up a bit. That's that. Let's take a look at earnings. What happened here? Not a lot, same revenue. Royalties increased a bit. Less revenue in total. Yeah, because of the derivatives, natural gas did go down, so they got some gain of that, but not anymore now. Expenses about the same, a bit higher. Yeah, a little bit higher, so it's pretty stable, but net income is much lower now. Finance costs 7.4, so it went up, the finance costs. Let's update this. Let's take 29 million. So this interest that actually went up 20, yeah, let's say 29 million. And I hope they will pay back some of the debt. So let's say 18, 13, 8. Like this. Just estimates. Okay. Next up. This is probably 1.35 already. Let's look at the earnings. What price did they get in Q3? Yeah, there's a lot of pricing going on here. Okay, this is the most important. Realized price 25.96. Just the same, which is, yeah, just the same as this. I mean, we can keep the same price, 25.96. And that's, most of it is gas, so that's lower. Okay, the costs, what happened to the costs? Where is the net back chart? Operating expense per BOE, 3.93. Yeah, I already updated it, apparently. Transportation expense, 5.93. So marketing as well, and then you have 6.37, which is this. So I did update it, I already forgot. So that's easy. All-in sustaining cost 10.3. This can be updated to 10.3. So costs are going up. Interests 29. Some things I updated, some I didn't. Administrative 11.8. Plus 10. Not sure where the 10 is coming from, but okay. But administrative is 11.8. $60 million. Yeah, that's this 62 million. Let's just keep it like this. I don't think that administrative has changed that much. It's actually down a bit, administrative. Yeah. So I could reduce it by 1 million. let's say 2. So now it's 58, and this will be 58. Yeah, I should split it up, but okay. And this is about the same. So not a lot of difference. It's a pretty stable company. We have this, okay. Let's change the ICO price. I think the ICO was around, yeah, 2.5. It's still the same. Oil price, that's in CAD. Probably also around this level. So nothing has changed. And you can see already that we don't have any free cash flow. Okay. So what's the valuation of Birchcliff? Not a lot. Probably going to go down much more. But let's look at the latest announcement here. This is new. Budget and guidance. And as you know, Birchcliff does have a decline rate, so they need to do some capex work to keep the production up. Let's see. Production growth of 16%. Annual average production of 87,500. That's good. So they say that they go to 87,500. $87,500 by 2028. I can update that. So currently production is around 77,000, which gives 28 million BOEs per year. So that's this number. And they are going to grow that to, that's what they say, to this number in 2028. Not that it matters a lot, because it's not a lot. Okay, it's just less than 10%, almost nothing. So you could say 29 million, then 30 million, and then, yeah, 32 million, something like this. Doesn't change anything on the chart. I think here we can update it to 2024, which is using these numbers. Yeah, but first I need to have the Q3. NGLs. Okay, these are the Q3 numbers still. What are we going to do? Yeah, just keep it like this. We don't have actual 2024 numbers yet. So let's keep it like this first. But here, this is the first news. There is some production growth. About 150 million free cash flow per year. I don't know how they come to that, but on my chart it says negative free cash flow. So this is not correct. They think that natural gas price will probably go up, but that's an assumption. Yeah, assumptions. What are the assumptions? The assumptions are yeah, they don't even give the commodity price. So you need to find it yourself. Probably 4.5. They're probably thinking that gas is going to 4.5, which is an assumption. Okay. This is important. Capital expenditures, 250 million. Let's see. Okay, 280. So it's down a bit. Let's update. 250 now. Still high. Too high. So yeah, I already have 250 million here. So yeah, that was the 250 million here of capex. Is going to go up in the coming years normally, and that is going to decrease the cash flows. So they did reduce it a bit, not a lot. We now anticipate production will be flat in 2024. 76,000. Yeah, that's not good. 76,000, and they are saying that they go to 87,000. So these are just empty promises. So production is flat for this year. Not good. Let's keep it at 28 million indeed for 2 years. I don't believe their growth. And they still say they will generate free funds flows, which is not correct because of assumptions. The assumption that the gas price will go up. But who knows? Actually, Birchcliff has Henry Hub, so why is it? So it should be around 3. Yeah, should be around 3. Even then, we still have very low free cash flow. Free cash flow around, yeah, around 50. Let's say it goes to 3.3, then it's 50 to 80 million free cash flow. That's what they say here, 80 million. Free cash flow. And this is also around 100 million, 80 to 100 million. Okay. But that's not enough, 100 million. You can see that it's not enough to get to the enterprise value of 2 billion. So I still think this is extremely overvalued and I wouldn't buy it. Okay, that we already know. CapEx, production flat. That we also know, around 80 million. I don't think that gas prices will go up to in 2024, so it will stay at 3. Yeah, why am I saying ICO? This has nothing to do with ICO because what gas do they get? Yeah, they do get some ICO. Yeah, Birchcliff gets gas from everywhere, so they get some ICO, they get some Henry Hub. So you need to know how it blends. So here we see it. Sales are half ICO and half Dawn. Okay, half, so 2.6 and 3. 2.6 and 3, so it's around 2.86. Yep, so 2.86 is the price. Let's say 2.9. Still no free cash flow. They do have some hedges probably, and then yeah, hedges will come off at some point, and then they will have no cash flow. Okay. Yeah, they say that they will have production growth, but this year they have no production growth. So they are trying to promise things, but it will depend on the gas price, of course. Capex of first 3 years will be around 240 and 300. 240 and 300. Okay, so they did lower the capex a bit for the first 3 years. And then a bit higher, 350 for the last 2 years. Yeah, they did reduce it a bit I could they lowered capex by 30 million. So 280, 280. Okay, let's say 300. 300. Yeah, let's say 300. They did lower it. 350, 350. But okay, if you lower it, then you will have less production growth. So not sure if they can get this production growth. But they can do what they want here. The chart doesn't get any better. We should have 0 capex, and that would make it much better, but they still have a lot of capex. Guidance. Yeah, yeah. Another 5-year outlook. A lot of talk, but not a lot of information. So basically, what are we going to say about Birchcliff? So much information, but actually no information. So what are we going to say? Okay, so basically, at the current natural gas price, they have no free cash flow if the hedges come off, which means there is no valuation. It could drop 20%, 30%, etc. Costs are the same, capex is still high. There's no production growth for this year, probably also no production growth for next year. Enterprise value is much too high at 2 billion with only 100 million cash flow. So that's an EV to free cash flow of 85. Yes, 85, which is overvalued. Leverage is good. So let's see what happens when the gas price goes up. I think it could go up to 4. That's possible. In 2026 or something like that, it could go to 4. What happens then? Nothing. It's still overvalued. EV to free cash flow of 13. Not too bad, but it's not something that I would buy. What happens at 5? Yeah, 5 gas is fair value to me. 5 gas in Canadian dollars would be fair value. So if you believe gas goes up, then Birchcliff is fair value. I don't buy companies that are fair value. I buy undervalued companies at the current gas price. So if this here was here, for example, then I would buy it. Because when gas goes up, then it would become undervalued. Now we are buying a thing that's overvalued and going to fair value. So that's not a good strategy to buy. We buy undervalued things, not overvalued. So if we go from 3 to 4, that's plus, let's say, plus 40%. This could go to $40. $40. Let's take 40. What happens then? Yeah, then it's not looking that bad. Yeah, maybe it was 35 or so. 35. Yeah, that's fair value. Fair value. How come it's higher here? Oh, they do need to pay taxes at some point. Here they don't pay taxes yet, but at some point they need to pay taxes. Then we have EV to free cash flow of 9, 8. So still it's not undervalued at higher gas prices. And we're not sure where the gas price will go to. It could stay at 3 for many years. So no, this is not a buy yet, especially not this year. Capex is going to go up. Production is flat, maybe 5% growth in 2-3 years. And by then the taxes will come in. The tax pool will be gone, and then taxes will start to flow in. So yeah, that's the situation with Birchcliff. I think this will keep on dropping. Even to $3 is possible, because this would go down. So share price is now 5. Let's say this goes to 3. That would be somewhere here. Yeah, that would be fair value. Yep, that could be fair value. So I think Birchcliff will drop to $3, which is fair value to me. And at that point, you can start buying. Currently, it's still too high and should drop further. Okay, and I'll see you next video. Bye.